I'm Severn Sage, and I've been waiting for the final part of this event to open up. And it finally opened up now. Originally I had like 19 or 16 hours to wait or something. Or actually it might have been 10 hours actually, it was 10. Because it was the same amount for the Misty Dungeons thing, and they got rid of it, so... I kind of wanted to try it one more time, but I got really tired because I've been really tired lately. I've been worn out and exhausted. My stress level's been like making shit hard for me. So I took a break for a bit. I don't really need this crown, it's a level up item. So I just buy it just in case because you never know. There's not much else for me to buy in this. This is the final one, so I guess whatever I have left over, I'll try to buy the rest of these, but it probably won't be enough. So there's also something happening with the Wish banner right now, where when you try to go down, where you hit the down arrow where it says history, when you try to view it, it hasn't been working. It'll try telling me something like, it'll say something like, can't access or something. So I can't even tell how many wishes I have. So far the game's been giving me a character when I get to 8, and so far I have 7. I am frustrated though because I've already put in more than like maybe possibly 70 or 80 wishes on this banner, and they still don't give me Skara. This happens a lot with this game when it comes to banners, which kind of makes me not want to do them, but I do them just to see what I get. But I kind of feel like sometimes it is unfair because they've already given me like 12 4-star items, what seems like back to back. I know it says every 10 you're guaranteed a 4 or a 5, but I get more 4 than 5. I hardly ever get 5 stars. Like, ever. And it really does seem unfair, you know, like, I can't stress that enough. It's just like, what the I don't know. Just a little frustrated with that. Cause I think I'm at 7, so if I do one more wish, I'm supposed to get something. But I don't know. I really am frustrated though, because I'm one of those people who like go out of my way to try to get something, and then it just like never works. But that's just the way it is. So my commission quests have already regenerated, because they regenerate every day at 2, and it's 3. It used to be every day at 3 a.m., but because of daylight saving time, it changed. I like how I accepted the quest, and it didn't. Maybe I have to wait for it to load. Sometimes my game does that. When I accept something, it doesn't actually accept it. I don't know, it is kind of frustrating, because another thing too, I got Shan Ling off of Skara's banner, and I don't know how or why. They've also given me Yanfei twice, plus they gave me Farazan and Goro, and then they gave me, like, a bunch of other 4-star weapons.
Detective work means you gotta walk the walk. No, I mean literally. You need to search high and low for evidence.
This is wait until the following day, so maybe I'm not on the right time zone. So it seems like for every test of courage, they have you get a different partner. So at the beginning, for me, it was Kazuha, then I chose Toma. Then I guess we have to wait to figure out who my new partner is. I wonder if it's going to be Heizou for the last one, but then again, he didn't join into the challenge. He didn't participate in the first 2 challenges, so I don't think he can.
We've been waiting quite a while, but the Shrine Maiden still hasn't shown up. It looks like we'll just have to start the 3rd round without her. Who will we team up with this time?
That's what I'm curious about too. Yeah, so there's like this Raven Crow lady who's I've been calling her the Raven Flower lady. And she's like, oh, if you guys show up here again, I'll steal your soul. I'm an asshole. Um, and apparently the Shrine Maiden knows something about her because she left. Today is Monday. I missed my chance. I got too tired yesterday. Let's see. That happens to me where like this game is kind of hard for me because there's only certain days where you can do stuff, but I usually am too worn out and too exhausted or tired, or I was too busy doing something else that I just don't have time to get to it. I would have had to have done this yesterday. Fucking dumb. Alright, well let's see. I don't know if this is too loud.
Traveler, Paimon, yes. Please let me be your partner for the final round of the test of courage.
I was right. Son of a bitch.
I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
Yeah, we've run in. See, the problem is every time we ran into the Raven Flower Lady, we were always alone. And we tried telling the Shrine Maiden about her, and she thought it was a joke. She's like, well, that's what the test of courage is about. It's all about fear. And we were like, no, there's a lady going around stealing souls in the forest. Why aren't you believing me? I also like that weird red hue on his hair. Like, it goes between, like, this maroon color, and then the top part is almost like a more red maroon. And then there's, like, a line that looks like a rainbow. It's more red. What the hell is that?
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
Fine by me. Do you have any ideas so far, Heizou?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet.
I like how he just comes up and he's like, yo, I'm your partner. Fuck everybody else. You know, that does seem like something he would do. I've mentioned this before, especially with that picture at the beginning of this quest where he's like hiding behind the wall. Well, he's not hiding, he's leaning behind it and he's just staring at Lumi and walking with Ito. Heizou seems like the type of person who is almost like, not like a yandere in a way, but like he seems like a possessive type of like if he was like a boyfriend or something, he seems like he would get easily jealous of everything. And he seems like he's obsessive and possessive. Like, he just gives off that vibe. I really do like him a lot, but he seems like that type where it's like, you're mine and nobody else's. You talk to somebody else and I'm gonna flip a fucking table. Like, that's the type of person he seems.
There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Like, he seems like really demanding. Like, he seems like the type who just tells you you're doing this and you just have to do it because he tells you to do it. Like, he seems just, I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now. Like, dominant, I guess? I don't know.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I like how she just goes along with what he says.
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out.
Yeah, and that's when I woke up when you were over me and it was starting to turn into something else.
I believe there may still be some clues there.
I really do like the game and the characters, but because I've seen people create things of these characters, I mean, it's easy. Anything that exists, people are going to do that with. But because I've seen things that have to do with these characters, it's like I can't unsee it. Especially the part where you wake up and he's over you. Somebody made a full dojin on that, and oh my god.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
I like how she said, yet the text says, oh.
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier.
How so?
My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of trouble if she were to show up on her own.
Yeah, we're looking for the Raven Flower Lady.
Wow, Heizou, you're fearless.
He's like, I have nothing to fear. I've had animal powers.
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become. Let's go.
The current of life. Well, I am him, so like, what do you want? I wonder how the others feel about that. 'Cause you're supposed to find a partner for the third round, right? But yet, Heizou's like, you're my partner, end of story. I don't know why sometimes when I do that move, it lags. My game's like, oh hell no, you did a sword move, time to break. I keep getting hair in my mouth from my jacket and my cat. It's absurd.
This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost.
If you want to call her that, yeah.
Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point.
True. She looks like a female Orochimaru. My friend found me out. How did you know? Why are you doing this to me? How did he know that that's what I was? Oh, forget it. I'm trying to do a video right now. I don't have time to worry about this.
But I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Something about it's almost time. What was the name she said again? She said a name. I think it was Chizuru?
Let Paimon think.
Something like Chizuru, it's a little more time.
She warned us not to go near her. And she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become trapped here. Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon's shivering just thinking about it.
You're not shivering to me.
And then what happened?
She summoned a bunch of like blue fire with ravens.
Then everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. There were ghostly flames flickering all around, and Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then Paimon passed out.
Based on your account, it does really seem like you've seen a ghost.
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be some purpose behind her actions.
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
How do you know that? You weren't there.
Oh, you think so?
No.
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you over and over again?
He has a point.
Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
What the fuck, friend? Can you give me a minute? Hold on. Okay.
That does make sense. Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that?
Because you were always too scared to think straight, you idiot imp.
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, like what we usually call a curse. But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario. I believe she was just trying to scare you away.
Yeah, but there's that crow again. I think it's a crow. I keep calling it crow, but then I was calling it raven before. I keep calling it crows and ravens are two different fucking birds. I can't really tell if that's what that is. I want to say it's more crow-like now that I look at the beak, but I'm not entirely sure because I called her raven before.
But why would she want to scare us away? Oh, Paimon knows! Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the Test of Courage prizes!
Was she registered as a contestant? I don't think so.
Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any ideas, Heizou?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She just didn't want you to stay here. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid assumptions. She could very well be guarding some treasure or covering up a crime.
Well, she was burying something when we met her.
Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Let's continue investigating the surrounding area.
Well, weren't we supposed to be looking for the thing? The high goat. Oh, I'm you, but okay, I'll become her for a moment. Hold on. There are some footprints visible on the ground. However, upon closer inspection, they seem to belong to Heizou and myself. Huh. Could that woman really be a ghost? It's weird to be him when I am him. Get it? I've looked all around, but I haven't found any clues. Looking up, there are a few branches that have been bent slightly downward, as if something heavy had been hanging from them. How? The branches are like way the hell up there, bro. Like way up there. Look at that. Look at this tree. There are no branches going all the way down except for way the hell up there. It's funny, I always turn the camera up so that I can see where I'm going or see the world. Like, I'll be trying to look up at the actual environment, but because the character's right in the frame, it always looks like I'm trying to upskirt her, and I'm not. It drives me insane. Like, that's not even what I'm trying to do. Like, it looks like that's what I'm trying to do, but it isn't. I wonder how this works. Is it gonna work? I don't know if it's still picking me up. Let me see. Alright. God, that loud. What the fuck? Yes. 482. Return. If it was 482, then... I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to look at the exact amount. I probably will only have enough for 2 more. Okay, hold on. Hold on. It always loads so slow. Is it really 103? Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. I have enough to buy another one. Lagging. Lagging me, naggy, beaky. Okay. Wait for it to give me. Okay. That puts me at 840. Holy shit. God, they hate me. Nope. Damn it. Not even close, bro. I'm gonna save those. See, they always do that to me. They wind up giving me a character that I already have. It drives me nuts. And the thing is broken. I can't see how many wishes I have. I wish they would just stop doing that. See, every time I spend real money, they never give me what I want. That's why I get frustrated. Oh, eh.
Have you found any leads yet?
I noticed some branches that seemed a little unusual.
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were bent by something, but that's about it.
I see. After you left, I took a good look around the area.
Oh?
Aside from the bent branches, there are burn marks in some places, but that doesn't really tell us much. If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Watch him say that, and then she appears. Like, what are you doing?
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Hey, it's you guys.
Oh, it's you guys!
I literally just said that.
What are you doing here?
We heard you were out searching for clues, and we wanted to help.
Oh, that's really brave of you.
Actually, we're also really unsure about what's happening here. We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about what happened to them, and it sounded really scary.
Yeah, they did come running screaming that something happened, but they never did tell us what it was.
That lady's either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good.
Oh, yeah?
But we still want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival.
Uh-huh.
We long admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the samurai, which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival, to return the favor we once received from the humans. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to be enjoyable for everyone.
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation.
Really? He's open for that? I thought Heizou was the type where it's like, no, this is my investigation. I don't want outside parties. But he's actually accepting it. But then again, these three children are actually yokai. So having actual, what you would call demons helping you, I guess, is kind of great.
Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't miss any clues.
Investigate the little yokai's findings. Are they just behind me? What, is he dying? What is going on?
Look what I found down by the river!
What is it?
Huh? What is it?
That's what I just said.
Is it a scrap of black cloth? I've never seen fabric like this before.
This is a piece of shade cloth.
Shade cloth?
Like how Heizou knows what it is automatically.
Yeah, it can effectively block out light and is used in a variety of settings, including stage performances. There's a rough tear in the cloth, probably caused by a sharp stone, or maybe some branches.
And we did say something was heavy hanging from branches.
Branches?
That's what I said.
Suppose that a large shade cloth was originally hung from a tree, bending the branches. When the shade cloth was removed from the tree, perhaps one of the corners caught and the branches ripped it, causing a small piece of black cloth to fall into the river. Either she didn't care, or she was in too great a hurry. Perhaps she had other things to handle at the time.
But why would she hang shade cloth in the trees?
I'm only speculating, but
That orb in his face.
maybe she used it to create the atmosphere you experienced.
What do you mean?
Let's not worry about that for now. There's still many variables I haven't deduced yet. Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki gang encountered her. Do you know how to get there?
Oh, I know the way. I asked the gang members where their encounter with the ghost happened when we were chatting earlier. I'll take you there.
Good. Please lead the way. Let's go find out what's going on.
I think I know what he's trying to say when I said I was surrounded by darkness and shit. He's thinking she used that cloth to create that, but it wasn't really that because there was actual flames around her, like black and blue flames. So I don't know how she could have pulled that off using a cloth. It didn't seem like it. But I think what he meant is that she created like a dark environment where there was no light to make it seem more creepy.
This is the place.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
They claim that as they passed through here, the area suddenly grew dark, and some ghostly flames appeared out of nowhere.
That's exactly what happened to me.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. The shit can even do.
We saw the very same thing.
Yeah, but there was more to it than that, though. She was talking to herself while burying something before that happened. So...
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
Heizou has this weird way of talking.
Uh-huh.
What the? Give me my sweet flower. Hi, child.
I found some sort of smashed ball under the tree.
A ball?
The inside of it looks like it was blackened by smoke, and it smells like fireworks.
Maybe it is.
Judging from the burn marks left on the scene, the ghostly flames you saw were not created by yokai power.
God, these flowers are bright as shit.
Rather, they appear to have been caused by something flammable. I'm not sure what, though.
You're telling me she used fireworks to scare us? Okay, I get it, but what caused us to pass out, though? You don't pass out from fireworks, do you? That seems like not a thing.
There's some strange powder in the cracks of these stones. I picked some up and sniffed it to see what it is, and it made me really dizzy. Ugh, I'm so tired now.
Oh, she used some kind of a powder to put us to sleep. I think I get it. Hello.
Similar scare tactics. And she didn't have the time to completely hide the traces. I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered was not a ghost. She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props she had set up ahead of time.
Some small props? But can you really do all that with just some props? What we saw was absolutely terrifying.
First and foremost, the test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here.
Look at this crooked angle.
You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai, and then shortly after, you ran into the mysterious woman. It was natural for you to be on edge. Because you were already tensed up, you were breathing more rapidly and inhaled a lot of sleeping powder that she had sprinkled around the area. That is what caused you to feel dizzy. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames, creating a terrifying scene. That's the most likely explanation anyway.
So, it was all just a show?
She tricked us!
There is, however, still one loose end. The person who commissioned my investigation did become stranded on the beach as a result of some unusual power. That couldn't have been accomplished by just a few small props. But if she possesses such powers, why bother with the theatrics?
Oh, Paimon can't wrap her head around all this.
I like how these orbs keep on appearing and going into Heizou's head in every damn scene. Yes?
She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach. Huh, I see. I think I figured it out.
Are you sure about that?
Whoa, that was fast.
Heizou's fast, and I don't want to take that out of context, but boy, I did, and holy shit. He's one of those guys who can go in like 30 seconds. Oh,
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only one possibility remains.
No. No.
I know who the woman is. Let's go to the beach.
Are you sure?
We'll come along too.
No. You should go back and tell the others not to be afraid and not waste their time searching the forest. The truth has surfaced. It's time to put an end to all the unnecessary panic and await the outcome of the test of courage.
Okay, but please be careful. If you run into any danger, simply call out our names. We'll be able to hear you.
There shouldn't be any danger now, but thank you anyway. Let's go.
He's like, I don't need the help of you.
Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
Oh? You know what's funny? We were supposed to be participating in a test of courage to look for the Hagoita, but yet we've just been investigating with Heizou. So does that count as us forfeiting the 3rd round? Think about that. I've been noticing loopholes in this a lot, and there should be a lightning whopper flower around here that likes to show up and try to screw up my mission, so... He said an earth, unlike the others. Am I blind, or do I just not see it? Okay, I'm... here. Okay. It's daytime suddenly.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
Did you see the way Heizou stood up?
There she is.
That's her.
Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they'd never seen you before.
So this is the first time Heizou's seeing her. It's kind of interesting that Heizou believed me though, because I kept telling him I keep running into this raven flower lady, and I've told him about her twice, but he's never actually met her until now.
So, who are you? And why did you try to scare us?
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
There it is. We're just staring at her like...
She's terrifying! Heizou, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props this time!
Don't move. Just trust me.
Hmm?
Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves further away. And if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likewise perish. Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit, or Tsukumogami?
Oh, he has the Hagoita.
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That is the name I go by now.
She did say Chizuru before.
Chizuru, why do you want us to leave?
Why would you say it like that? I've never heard anybody say that name, Chizuru. It's usually you have to put an emphasis on the R. It's supposed to be Chizuru. What the fuck? I've never heard anyone say that name that way. You have to put an emphasis on the R. At least I do. Because she said Chizuru. Like she dropped the R for some reason. It's supposed to be Chizuru. Like, oh. Because that's the name of a character that I like from Hakuiki. It was, I can't remember what the hell her last name was. Chizuru, what was her last name? Fuck. She had like a twin brother who looked like her. I can't remember what her last name was. I could probably look it up really quick. It's, I spelled it wrong. It's Hakuiki. Chizuru, I think it was Chizuru, Yukimura. There you go. Chizuru Yukimura. Female protagonist in the Hakuiki series and the narrator of the anime games and who appears in the games and series movies. She's a fictional character unlike the Shinsengumi members, but she is able to choose her romantic interests over the course of the games. Yes. I just gave you a summary of who the hell she is. That's why I know that name. When she said Chizuru, I was like, oh my god. It's the name of a character from a series that I've liked for years. Like, I liked that character way before Genshin ever existed, because that goes all the way back to, like, that game, Hakuiki, I think goes back to when I was, like, a teenager. When I was, like, maybe 17 or 18, and I'm 29 now, so...
If you're a yokai, you should understand why the other yokai want to interact with humans.
She's like, hell no.
Besides, we had a great time playing Akitsu Yugen together, didn't we? Just like the story of Kamai and the samurai.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you to be sad too.
When you leave.
Sad? What do you mean?
She's like, I have to return to my item, and if I'm gone...
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kamai befriending the samurai.
Why does everybody say the names differently? She says Kamai, and then she says Kamai, like she's putting the A and the M together.
But they don't actually know the entire story.
The story was that the samurai killed Kamai. I'm just
The
guessing.
samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends.
Yeah, because every 10
They
years they're
spent
supposed
time
to meet.
together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly. And I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret is inevitably set in motion from the beginning. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another, and will eventually part ways. When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain. Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai would feel.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my days. But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu here, which woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend of Kamai and the samurai. That would simply be repeating the same mistake.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away from here? Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach. That was a little bit harsh, don't you think?
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself when there are a lot of people around, but that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu and sell them for a profit. That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a strong sense of justice. By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the samurai?
Because I was there, you idiots. Because she was there.
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out.
She's the spirit of the Hagoita that guy used.
Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita? Oh, wait! So that means she's...
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years ago. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story. Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare people. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the 3rd round of the test of courage.
And because we found it first, we've already won.
Excellent work. You figured it all out.
Yay, Miko.
Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the shrine meeting? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Well, what did you think? Were you scared?
No.
Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only added to the uncertainty. I must say, I think this test of courage truly lived up to its name.
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Oh my god, I can't fucking type while I'm looking at a screen.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
The others are going to be so disappointed.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime, but it can't go unpunished. I'll see you two later.
You're gonna leave me? Heizou? He's like, bye.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the third round of the test of courage because you already knew about Chizuru?
Miko, Lady Yae, you're...
She's a demon also. Yae Miko is a demon.
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of sentience.
What the hell? Did you hear that? I think my capture picture picked it up. There was like somebody making knocking sounds outside or something.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai power.
Yeah, 'cause her true form is a fox.
Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, gazing at the tourists below. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice you at all.
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and the samurai became friends as a result of Akitsu Hazura, a game connected to your existence.
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the outer world. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud to know that I had left a mark on their story. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself. I couldn't help but hide, because I blamed myself. When I woke up again, the world had changed. Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. So I have a question for you. People meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and sadness in their wake. Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy, but...
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean? The samurai and Kamai never met again.
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been resolved.
Oh, I never knew.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must say goodbye. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on in a new form. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream. So, you must be happy in the present. You should understand what I mean now.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, he's also a demon that I'm friends with.
Ito, what are you doing here?
You told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round.
I did.
I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others, and, Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell us what you discussed.
Ah, right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival anyone's ever seen.
He's just clapping to himself.
Hooray for Ito!
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there.
Ayato's here?
Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
You're the best, Ito!
She just stares at him. He just said at the festival, the yokai and the others. Wow, they are all here. All I see is Toma and Yoimiya, Goro.
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have his moments. A festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
Do you want to join us?
All right, I'll join. If you don't mind, that is.
I wouldn't have invited you if I minded.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out!
Let's go run about. Gara? Well, Goro's not exactly human either. I'm not sure what he is. He's like half dog,
Ito
half
and Goro! What are you two talking
human.
about?
I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Some people would say that Goro's kind of like an Oni or a yokai because he has fox ears and a